Hey there. No long-winded intro or anything like that. I'm just making fun of another prankster per usual, so you know how the situation goes.
Back with another video! I am back with a prank. Today we are not at Walmart and we are not at Home Depot. We are at...
She's been doing videos like this for months and still can't figure out simple audio. All of it sounds like you're underwater listening to a series of farts every time she tries to speak in the intros of her videos. This is someone you've probably seen before, but I guarantee none of you know who she is, which is the way it should be. Because she's just an insufferable prankster whose entire personality revolves around making strangers' lives miserable. So she goes to Walmart, or in this case Dollar General, and just harasses people. In this one, her prank is taking things out of their shopping carts and throwing it on the ground or insulting them for it. Or in one case, even just physically touching a woman to bother her as much as possible and then starts like braiding her hair. It's all just garbage. Now, she did have a video go viral a few months ago with the breaking TVs in a Walmart prank where she just went into a Walmart and broke a TV with a baseball bat. It was a TV she brought and she got arrested for it. And the entire internet came together to make fun of the clown and just point and laugh at her. And that's the proudest moment of her life. So it's all she does now, as pathetic as that is.
But we about to go in here and just grab shit and throw it on the floor.
You like it?
No, me no life for you.
No.
Nope. Don't buy it.
No?
Nope.
Oh, brother, this prank stinks. It's such a trash idea in the first place, just throwing people's things on the floor and getting a rise out of them. But then to put the cherry on top of this already pile of dog shit, she has no personality at all. She doesn't even try and make a joke out of any situation. She does nothing. She is so bland and boring. She doesn't even say or do anything half the time. She just throws it and then sits there. Like her just brain had a Windows restart moment, like Windows needed to update. Man, I got something in my eye. This prank is so bad, it's actually causing my eyelashes to fall out into my fucking eyeball. But yeah, anyway, like I said, half the time she just freezes there, deer in the headlights, and just stands there like she's been lobotomized. But in the rare instances where she doesn't, she ends up just getting more mad at the people she's pranking than the people do at her. She gets so offended that people respond negatively to having their things thrown or being bothered and harassed. It's so fucking weird.
Oh. Excuse me.
Excuse me. What?
Those are ours.
But I just want to see if I want to buy it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
How
You can just
expensive
put
is it?
Can you just put it back? I don't know why.
Can you just tell me how expensive
I
it
don't
is?
know
$4.
why it
We
is.
don't know.
It's $4.
Yeah.
You're good.
I know you're making
It
a
is.
video, and I don't care for your video.
Wait, I didn't say you can have it back. I'm about to give it back in a minute.
It doesn't matter. You
It's
can
I'm about
put
to give it back. Just give me a
It's
minute.
ours. It doesn't have to be. You don't have.
Ugh, it's just the most annoying person ever. Just goes up and then just makes an argument out of taking their shit, like, oh, I just want to know how much it costs. And then she immediately starts getting heated herself. Like, her whole prank is supposed to make others angry, but half the time it ends up making herself angrier. I don't know how she can even have such shamelessness to record shit like this and then keep going after someone calls out that she's filming a video. That is unbearable, incomprehensible levels of shame that I can't process with my little noodle here. You have not only been bothersome and a nuisance to these strangers, but now they also know that you're recording it to try and get clout online. How do you not puke from the overwhelming guilt of being such a loser and being caught red-handed with it? Oh, it blows my mind.
You're just coming up to us.
So are you going to be nice or not? I'm
Can
going to
we
give it
have
back.
it back, please?
Are you going to be nice?
Can we have it back, please?
You know what? I spoke with you because you said
Thanks.
please. Go get your wife. She's really mad right now.
This painful interaction dragged on for so long, I cut out a lot of it. She eventually puts the first item back in their cart, but then grabs another one in order to keep the argument going and escalating it. At some point, the wife walks away, to which our prankster, the galaxy brain prankster, had the gall to say, go get your wife, she seemed mad, even though the whole time the prankster really did seem just as mad as the wife. But then she tries to hide that embarrassment with that big old smile grinning from ear to ear, celebrating a job well done. Another banger piece of content she was able to deliver with that.
What's wrong with you?
What's up? What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah, why are you over? I don't even know you. What? Girl, some girl just came over here and just knocked this thing off my basket. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Okay, so what you do? Sorry, she with you?
She is legitimately a child. She has the brain of a 6-year-old, where they'll take a cookie from the countertop and throw it on the floor, smashing it to pieces, and wait to be scolded by adults. She's also so fucking lame that she can't think of how to communicate past that initial shock of throwing someone's things on the floor, that the only thing she can muster is just repeating what the other woman is saying back to her. What's your problem? What's your problem?
Is she with you? Come on. Move around, please, ma'am. Move around. Could somebody come get her?
Who you on the phone with?
I don't even know what the prank is supposed to be. She throws some stranger's shit on the floor and then just stands there like one of those Buckingham Palace guards where they're not able to make a facial expression or speak because she can't process any words. So the only thing she comes up with is what other people have said, or just asking annoying questions like, who are you on the phone with? What is the joke even? You just look so foolish.
Can somebody come get her?
Look, I apologize. I didn't mean to drop that, but I have a question.
Don't, ma'am, please.
No.
No. I don't, say, somebody come get it. Girl,
Come from over here.
girl. Today, Jesus.
No, tomorrow.
Today, Jesus.
Tomorrow.
Today.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself an empath, but I can feel that lady's emotions and all of the thoughts running through her head at this moment, where she's contemplating whether or not it's worth it to beat this prankster's ass. I just know she's weighing the pros and cons, and I think the only thing that stopped her from putting her hands on the prankster is that she had a suspicion that this was someone going through a mental health episode, like psychosis or something, or like some kind of like, you know, manic episode. I think that was the only thing that stopped her from just going after the prankster here. And one day this prankster will try this with the wrong person, and it's not going to end well for them, and it's going to be entirely the prankster's fault for constantly instigating as much conflict as possible, because all she wants to do is make everyone around her upset, angry, or just make their day as worse as she possibly can muster. What a beautifully awful way of living your life.
Oh, is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Who is that for? Is this for your dogs? Man, you a bitch. I would have been like, you my shit. You a bitch. Why you just let me take your stuff?
This poor guy really gets the worst of it, just minding his own business, doing nothing wrong, just totally innocent, and this miasma of cringe marches up, takes an item out of his cart, throws it on the floor, and then he just says, okay, not playing this game, so he doesn't say anything. He just sits there and takes it. Eventually she grabs another item from his cart and she starts walking away with it before turning around and throwing it back at him, calling him a bitch for not standing up for that item. He gets berated for doing the right thing, just ignoring it. Like, what's he supposed to do, run over and put you in a chokehold to reclaim the item? He can just go get another one and it's not worth fighting you over or playing into your game, because he would be the one that gets in the most trouble for it. Even though you are starting all of this conflict, you are the catalyst to the catastrophe that will eventually come from doing awful pranks like this. The person who does retaliate is going to be the one that gets the biggest punishment for it. And he clearly knows that, so he wasn't playing along with it. He did the right thing.
I thought we were friends. I have one. Okay. Let me touch it. Here. I did it. Can I touch your booty? No.
Now, in this case, however, this one may have actually had, like, grounds for self-defense. She just walks up to a stranger, grabs her hair and starts tugging on it and then, like, air humping her back. And this could very well be an argument for self-defense. You don't know this person. This crazy lady behind you, that's kind of dangerous, actually. So I'm surprised this didn't lead to an actual scuffle, because this is a fucking awful thing to do. Now she's gone from just harassing people to physically harassing people. What an achievement. Look at how far we've come here. This prankster is leveling up right before our very eyes.
Am I gonna die? Is this like a...
I can't make no sense.
You gotta like walk forward.
The queen of physical comedy strikes again. Look at the captivated audience in the store, with not a smile in sight. I don't think she has ever made somebody laugh, like in general. But I will say, I hope she hurt her knee, because she may have planned this fall, but she did not plan for that injury. She didn't brace, even slightly. She just falls, like full-blown, full force onto her right knee, and then rolls over on it. So I really do feel like this is a situation where she hurt herself, but tried to play it off like, ooh, everything's okay, ha ha ha. Meanwhile, of course, nobody else is giggling or anything. But yeah, just wanted to showcase that, again, she gets kicked out. She actually got kicked out twice in this video. It doesn't seem like she goes to a store with a camera rolling without getting kicked out. So yeah, that's just another horrible prankster I wanted to make fun of. That's about it. See ya. The only thing more pathetic than an internet prankster is nothing. These degenerate worms whose entire existence revolves around making strangers' lives worse in public so that they can film it and post it online for content are actually the most embarrassing thing humanity has ever produced. And I've mentioned this before, but I actually think making fun of pranksters is an important public service to try and deter other youngsters from growing up to be this kind of failure of a person. So I just learned about a new prankster who's been at the game for over a year, and the only thing he has to show for it is a few arrests and a community of children that just shoot spitballs and make fun of him like a bad birthday party clown. So I'm not going to tell you his name. His name's not important. Don't go out of your way to find and harass him. Don't give him any kind of engagement off of it. I just think he is another great example of the brain rot that's really infested the youth these days here.
When I hop up this counter and break that camera, you gonna be mad. So stop fucking recording me, though.
Make my milkshake and chill out.
I'm not making nothing.
You're not making nothing?
I'm not making nothing.
Dude, you heard how she talked to me? Right.
I swear that I'm not making nothing.
Make-
Fuck out of here. All y'all.
Hey!
Inside, I'm not making nothing. You wanna stand here, stand here. We're not just serving y'all. Get the fuck out of here. Here!
I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker.
Over here? I swear to God, I'll beat the shit out of you.
Dude, get the hell out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, I said.
Dude,
Make me, Mr. Sir! Make me!
we gotta go. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Ah, yes, the classic prank. Harass customer service employees and be an insufferable asshole. So, this is how I found his content, and it turns out this is all he does. His entire existence is like this perpetual miasma of misery that haunts his community, where he and the after-school cringe club latch onto his ass to suckle a bit of clout out of it, get together, and just make complete strangers' days worse. And then he films it and proudly posts it online. And I do mean proud. This is his pride and joy. Every time he gets arrested, he wears it like a Boy Scout badge of honor. I legitimately couldn't imagine being his parents. The shame would be overwhelming. I would rather my child grow up to be a professional toilet seat kisser than grow up to be a prankster like this kid.
I'll go back there myself and make a damn milkshake, motherfucker.
Over here? I swear to God, shit out.
A completely flat and hollow threat from this affluent douchebag who I have no doubt has never faced any real repercussions from his actions. And he has the world's worst laugh. His laugh sounds like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Just some real goofy shit. It's fucking ridiculous. He is like actually biologically engineered through evolution to be the perfect cringe loser. Now, you may have noticed a lot of cuts in this, and that's because, of course, they leave out the context that led to this escalation and exactly what happened here to get to this point. But the manager has spoke up about this situation afterwards. And I almost can't help but appreciate the delusion from the prankster and his friends to think that somehow they look tough here or look cool. Because in this situation, the manager is the biggest W by far. The manager stood his ground, handled everything really well, I thought, and wasn't afraid to like challenge them if this guy really did follow through on his threat to go back there. And if the goof troop really did jump over that counter and attack or do anything stupid like that, they would have 100% ended up on the fuck around and find out matrix, because it turns out the manager is an actual trained fighter. So there's no doubt in my mind he would have beat all their asses, steamed their ham thoroughly. In that video, he does also go over how rude they were being and how everything kept escalating because of them, which of course was cut out from his post about it. Now you're probably wondering how old the doofus committee here is from the pranksters, because the main guy has the face of a 13-year-old boy. But would you believe me if I told you that he's actually 19 years old? There's a video as well as an article going over one of his mini runs-in with authorities, and he says, "How are you my height? I'm 19. I mean, I almost feel bad for him being 19 years old and being stuck with the face of like a 12-year-old Xbox Live Call of Duty gamer. That's rough. Like, there's no doubt he probably feels insecure about that, and that might be why he's lashing out so much against his community around him and turned to the dark side, going down the prankster path, the public nuisance asshole road.
You guys walk up on people that you guys know don't like you, that have chased you around before. Someone's eventually gonna probably beat you guys up.
That's what we're aiming for.
Why?
Low key, just to get some content out of it.
Okay, so you're gonna be the victim of an assault for a content.
A super honest answer from a super big douchebag. They keep pushing people, harassing them until they snap, hoping that they'll either attack them or have some kind of big blow up that they can film and post online for content. Heavens to Betsy. What a turbo loser. Yikes. He's giggling and smiling while giving this answer to the officer. He is so delusional. He really thinks that this is his ticket to internet updates, that precious clout and attention online, when in reality, it's most likely just going to be his ticket to the hospital or jail.
What? What?
You guys all walk away.
We didn't even do nothing. Wow. Bro. Yup.
Every time this asshole gets arrested, it's like the happiest moment of his life. It's like Christmas morning every single time he finds himself in a pair of handcuffs, because he's so delusional that he believes that that's going to help the content blow up or help him go viral, and it hasn't. It doesn't, and hopefully it never will. So he just keeps doing these extremely stupid stunts, calling them pranks, harassing just normal people in the world, eventually gets the cops called on him, and then him and his friends are like, "Oh, I can't believe it. What?"
Plumbing? What do you mean?
He's taking pictures.
Yo, who the hell is that?
Stop acting. Stop acting like that, please.
Yo, get that camera off me. Get the hell out of here.
It's okay.
Huh?
It's okay.
Get the hell on out of here.
Good one. This guy just loves treating workers as props for his videos. I still can't believe he's actually 19 years old. He looks like he still needs mommy and daddy to drive him to this Home Depot so he can film these pranks with his buddies. I will probably never understand who actually watches something like that and finds any enjoyment out of it. Even if I was 12 years old, I don't see myself even smiling at it. It's just annoying. As a viewer, and I feel real bad for anyone that is unfortunate enough to be subjected to one of his pranks. Like, I really don't think I'll ever understand why kids grow up wanting to do this, or why kids somehow even get moderately entertained by that.
Jersey.
Don't pet Jersey right now. We're just saying that. You got me.
Yeah, I was thinking he smelled like shit.
What'd you say to my dog?
Yeah, I said I thought your dog smelled like shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here before I let you smell like shit.
Wait, it's a dog, sir.
Get out of here. Hey, get out of here.
Calm down.
All right, don't say my dog is this or that. Get the fuck out.
I was just saying the dog smelled like shit, sir.
Good one. Again. Man, Junior, you're really on a hot streak with these bangers. Your dog smells like shit prank. People can't even just relax on a bench outside with their pet without you going out of your way to bother them. Nothing is safe from your cringe apocalypse that you bring with you everywhere you go. Everything this guy and his friends have ever done that I can find is just actual trash. It's just bothering people in the world and calling it a prank. It sucks. It's just public nuisance degeneracy. And I'll always take a little bit of time to make fun of some pieces of shit like this because I think it is an invaluable service to provide. Nobody should end up like this guy or his team here. And they're not really a team. This guy I already know is insufferable to be around. The only reason his friends orbit him is because he has the tiniest bit of clout online and they try and suckle a little bit out of that from his bosom for themselves. That's the only reason they stomach him for however brief a time when they're filming these awful videos together. They're not real friends, it's just a bunch of fake people surrounding themselves with each other and convincing each other that making these pranks is somehow going to get them to the top. It's just fucking pathetic. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya. It's been a long time coming, but we're finally reaching the point where annoying, destructive pranksters are getting arrested more and more frequently. It is glorious. I'm going to talk about someone that I know none of you have ever heard of. His name is Tommy Tough Knuckles. That's actually what he calls himself. Something an 11-year-old would have named themselves on Xbox Live in 2004. He's now been slapped with 8 criminal charges, a nice charcuterie board of consequences.
Kyle, you wanted attention, now you got it.
But Kyle Vasquez had trouble navigating all the attention at court today. Big trouble. First, an obscene gesture.
Hey, what are you doing? What? We're not doing that.
Yep, he's handling it exactly how you'd expect someone like him to. Like a bitch. I'll get into what landed him here in this pickle in a moment. What did they finally get on the infamous Tommy Tough Knuckles, the biggest, baddest guy on the playground? It is pathetic. This guy is a super loser. I still can't even believe he willingly chose to call himself Tommy Tough Knuckles at 21 years old. His name is Kyle. He made a conscious decision to go by Tommy Tough Knuckles like it's his fucking persona or something. While looking like this, there's no way this goober has ever been in a scrappy situation. I highly doubt he's ever been in a fight. The only thing he's using those knuckles for is gripping his cock while sadly jerking himself to sleep at night.
Now to the arrest in Suffolk County of a prankster clamoring for online fame.
Yeah, 21-year-old Kyle Vasquez is accused of being behind a string of bizarre incidents in Center Reach and Selden that he allegedly recorded.
I'm Tommy Tough Knuckles, and I'm the reason why these egg prices are so high.
Police at a Chinese restaurant where police say he spilled the beans. The restaurant releasing this surveillance video to show what they were subjected to, all for likes on social media.
This is his bread and butter content where he just goes to random restaurants and businesses and makes a mess for them to clean up as he leaves and celebrates. So pouring beans on himself, eggs, milk, that kind of thing. And that's it. That's his prank. We get a peek behind the curtain here and get to see his cameraman friend. And he's just as much of a fucking douchebag weirdo as his prankster buddy. He's wearing sunglasses at night inside while filming this. I've said this a lot, and I do mean this. I think the life of a prankster's cameraman is even more sad than the prankster itself, because at least in a case like this, Tommy Tinkle Titties, whatever, he gets some money from it. The cameraman gets nothing. No one knows his name. He doesn't see a dime from it in almost every single one of these cases. He is literally the cuck that has to film his friend getting paid for garbage. Actually, how do you look yourself in the mirror and not feel immense shame for what a failure you are to end up in a position that you're filming Tommy Tough Knuckles pouring beans on himself in a restaurant and get nothing for it? It's such a waste. Like, you really need to reanalyze how you got to this point and make some serious changes, because it is pathetic. Now, he does a ton of these. These are the two that the news organizations kept playing, but he's got others, like Otozi showed his 15K special where he does the same shit with milk and then throws milk on some random woman that was walking by. But this trash was just the tip of the iceberg for Tommy Buttfuckles. He ended up doing a couple of videos where he would go up to strangers and say, like, he has an emergency, he urgently needs to use the bathroom, can they please let him use the bathroom? And people being nice actually did let him into their home to use the restroom after he told them all of this, and he was secretly filming them to humiliate them for their act of kindness.
But the felony counts were far worse, authorities telling us Vasquez unlawfully recorded 2 private homeowners with an undercover camera in Selden and Center Reach to mock them for allowing him inside.
Of recording these videos unlawfully and sharing them on social media.
I just need to use the bathroom. I got kicked out, yeah. I have like a bunch of felonies and stuff, so.
In this video, he jokes about having a criminal record. And while he profits from likes and views on his page...
You following me, bro?
Buddy ordered 5 cheeseburgers with a side of attention, and now he's really upset that that attention is being served to him. So the reporters being there is making him very mad, and in every clip that the reporters are there, he tries to, like, say, fuck you guys, and he like gives them the finger, and then the cop immediately brings him back down to earth by just towering over him and reminding him that he is just a tiny little worm. It is so cute, actually. Like, he wanted this attention so bad, and now he's crying about it. It's entirely his own fault for being a clout-obsessed goblin creature. Now he's made a bigger mess of his life than all of the eggs he poured on himself at restaurants and shit. He did it to himself. To secretly record people being nice after you've told them like you're going through something bad and really need to use the restroom is crazy. The prank was to humiliate people for being kind to you. Hey everyone, make fun of these fucking idiots for believing my story. I could have been a murderer. Everyone make fun of these guys. Ha ha ha. Dummies.
Tough Knuckles not so tough as he then bolted from us at the courthouse, free till his next court appearance, but shielded by friends who came here mostly to twerk.
Holy Toledo, did you see that sprinting speed from Tommy Buttfuckles? All the makings of a varsity athlete right there. What was that, a 10-second 40-yard dash? Heavens to Betsy. Right into the open arms of his supportive group of pals there. That look like you can smell them from across the room, these fucking dweebs. Busting out the gritty, ironically. Oh, God. Like, surrounding yourself with just yes-men enablers that are encouraging this behavior is just unhinged, man. I just don't understand why nobody in the meatball sub-brigade over here could have sat Kyle down and told him to stop, that it's a terrible idea and it's a really piece of shit thing to do. All of his content, by the way, is just harassing normal people and businesses and employees. Like, another prank that he loves to do is the friend stuck in the stall prank, where he would go up to workers at businesses and say that one of his friends is having an emergency in the bathroom and he's stuck. Can you go free him? So they would go in to try and free them. But it turns out no one was stuck in the bathroom. It was all there to make the employee look stupid. There was no one stuck in the bathroom. There was a friend in the other stall saying, "What are you doing? This is crazy. I'm going to sue you. Why are you coming in on the bathroom while I'm doing my business?" That kind of thing. Just all of his content is just harassing other people. And now the second that news is there saying like, "Hey Tommy, you got the attention you want. How is it feeling?" He has the gall to start getting an attitude about it. He even launched a GoFundMe for his legal defense. Keep the laughs coming. Kyle, the only laugh you've ever delivered is getting arrested. The laughs are coming because you've been arrested. No one wants to see that stop, man. This is the only good thing that you have ever done, is get fucking arrested. Like, that is the only time you've made anybody laugh, Kyle. Now, since his arrest, get this. These kind of pranks have stopped. He's playing things really safe. He's, like, eating food now for videos. Like, imagine that. If you actually punish someone's bad behavior, it stops. Wow. I can't fucking believe it. Anyway, I really hope this trend continues of finally starting to step in and stop this kind of dog shit. Because when you do start to give consequences to someone that's just endlessly harassing people in public for content, it stops it. It puts the kibosh on it. So let's keep doing that. That's really about it. See ya. That's right, another TikTok prankster is going to jail. This is not another one of those disappointing cases where these weenies get arrested, but it's just like this foreplay that ends with a slap on the wrist and no real repercussions. They have been sentenced. He will be seeing the inside of a jail cell, going to the Slammer, the Thunderdome, baby. We are entering the golden age of pranks, where all these turbo dork-ass losers are finally getting consequences for these pranks, which pranking has basically just become synonymous with terrorism. They're not pranks. They just actively harm as many people around them as possible, just being a detriment to the entire world. This miasma of fucking cringe. A plague sweeping through due to a terminal clout obsession. This is an update to someone I covered like 6 or 7 months ago. His name's Wolfie. His whole online presence was dedicated to harassing strangers, throwing things at strangers at a mall, including like a dead bird and shit. But the one that got him arrested and will now be landing him in jail is where he attempted to poison people for a prank.
Social media influencer accused of spraying bug killer on food at a Valley Walmart, then posting the video of him committing the crime online, was just sentenced to 1 year in prison. 28-year-old Charles Smith said in court that it was all supposed to be a prank, but the judge didn't see it that way.
There is no sane human being on the planet that would see biological warfare like this as a prank, just some kind of goof all just a practical joke, Your Honor. You just don't understand. It's lunacy. He poisoned so much food that actually could have just killed people. And then he tried to, like, make it right after a lot of people contacted authorities. So he did go back and try and get the food off the shelves and, like, get it away from people. But it took a little bit. The food could have easily been purchased by someone in that time. And he still contaminated other surrounding items, including the bins that they were in. So if any other food would ever go in there, or if, like, a kid would go by and touch it, they would then be subjected to a potential contamination from the poison that he was spraying on all of it. It is unhinged. And as was mentioned in the broadcast there, he has been sentenced to 1 year in prison. I think it's a little lenient, considering this is just a career criminal that just happens to film all of their crimes for money online, generating some online updoots from absolute fucking cretins that find this content entertaining. I think he got off really easy, all things considered here. But I still think this is cause for celebration, so get the nipple clamps and tap dancing shoes on, because we've got a little something to be joyful about, that he will be going to jail.
I'd just like to formally apologize for my actions from last year, and that I've become a better person.
Charles Smith, also known as Wolfie Party on social media, saying in court he is sorry for this video. Taken in December at this Mesa Walmart, where police say he stole a can of bug killer and recorded himself spraying it all over fruits, vegetables, and rotisserie chickens.
Buddy is singing here. Anything to reduce the time he'll spend behind bars, so he's trying to issue an apology here. He drops the classic line, the most meaningless platitude you've heard a million times before, about how he's become a better person now than who he was a year ago when he was poisoning all that food, and all the times that he was harassing strangers and potentially hurting strangers for his pranks and all the crimes he committed. He's grown a lot. He actually bought a V-Bucks gift card and gave it to an orphanage, I heard. So he has gone through quite the character arc, from poisoning people, trying to pile up corpses for his prank online, to being the saint we see before us now.
This crime was absolutely outrageous and exceedingly dangerous.
Which is why he was arrested, charged, and ultimately pleaded guilty to poisoning. But that wasn't the only charge Smith was facing in court. Smith is known for these kinds of videos on social media. Others include what appears to be him locking people inside a Goodwill, throwing food at people at the mall, and even throwing a dead bird at fast food workers. He was facing charges related to theft at a Mesa Bosa Donuts and for causing more than $10,000 of damage at a Valley laundromat.
You can't judge a man by his entire life and obsession with internet attention so he can make money off of crimes that he commits. You instead have to judge him by his one-sentence apology and claim that he's changed. That is clearly a changed man. He said so.
We believe we found that video on his Instagram that appears to show him put raw meat and eggs into an unsuspecting customer's laundry machine with their clothes.
These videos are pranks.
These so-called pranks, posted online, also made Smith up to $10,000 a month, according to arrest documents.
And that right there is the tough pill to swallow, the sad reality of it. The reason a lot of pathetic worms like this guy exist and do this shit is because it is incredibly lucrative. They're able to fill their piggy banks because there are tons of brainless drones that watch that content for some reason. All because it's just bad. Like, whoa, you can't put bacon in a laundry machine, a washing machine with eggs. Who's ever heard of that? This guy's unhinged. What a menace. This guy's a menace. Holy shit, I can't wait to see the next one. What's he gonna do next? And they are able to really soak up a ton of clams from that shit. So that's why so many of these pranksters exist. $10,000 a month is a huge chunk of change. That puts him up there with like a doctor's salary from putting eggs and bacon in washing machines and then going to fast food workers and like ruining their shift, throwing things at people at the mall, poisoning people. Like, that is why there are so many of these destructive losers, because they're able to make a lot of money off it. It's crazy how normalized it's become. I have no doubt that Wolfie there really is so deluded that he thought those could be perceived as pranks. Like, that would be a legitimate defense. This is actually protected under fair use. It's a parody. These are parody pranks. They're pranks. They're pranks. You can't be. Why are you getting mad about pranks? It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah, I'm poisoning people, but it's a joke. Like, yeah, I'm like throwing things at people and like actively putting people in harm's way and harassing them, but I'm doing it because it's a joke. Why are you getting so mad? It's a prank.
You're going to go out into the community and you're going to harm others, film them, put it online, and then profit off of it. That warrants punishment.
Smith's attorney told the judge that his client has taken responsibility for his actions and understands these aren't pranks.
What he did was not funny, and that's not how he should behave. He wants to turn a new leaf. He wants to get off this social media thing.
Objection. I know I'm not there in court arguing here, but your client just said that they are pranks. He himself just said they are pranks. And now the statement is coming out that he knows they're not pranks. Who's lying here? Someone's getting caught in a web of fibs. Those two statements can't both exist at the same time. There is something fishy afoot here. To be fair, though, that statement does come from the reporter, not the one representing him, so maybe he didn't say that he knows they're not pranks, because that would be very contradictory if that is what he said, because his client just said the exact opposite. But then he goes on to say how he understands that they're not, like, humorous or anything, and he wants to turn a new leaf. Okay, great. Go to jail, spend some time in jail, come out of jail, and not be that same fucking loser that went in there in the first place. That sounds great. I think it should be longer than a year because, again, he has made an entire career out of committing crimes for money and filmed all of it. A year sounds like they were really light on him, especially considering how dangerous some of them were, especially the poisoning one.
Then Smith talked about why he makes these kinds of videos.
Social media has definitely took over my brain and made me do things that is abnormal.
That was dangerously close to an honest statement right there. Social media definitely did take over his brain. It does that for a lot of people. It puts a fucking, parasite in there that's pulling all the levers in your neurons, and it makes it very enticing to do what Wolfie did, because it's very easy to make money doing it. However, it didn't force him to. He made the decision to do this and keep doing it, committing these crimes over and over and over again, treating people as subhuman props for his videos that he could exploit and harass and put in danger. Social media didn't make him do that. He made that choice. But yes, he is right. It did make it very appealing because of the money he stood to make doing it. Because there are tons of people before him that have done this very similar stuff and made tons of money without going to jail. But it seems like we're finally entering an era where there is going to be a crackdown on this kind of behavior, and that is such a good thing. That is a great direction. I hope we can keep going in that direction.
The judge sentenced Smith to 1 year in prison, followed by 3 years supervised probation. She also said for those stores that were damaged, they can ask for restitution.
Do not return to any Walmart. Don't return to any Bosa Donuts.
Anyway, though, I just wanted to give you this little update here to this prankster. That's really about it. So, yeah. A year ago, there was an insufferable loser by the name of Tanner who made headlines by getting himself shot performing one of his garbage pranks, just harassing a stranger in public at the mall. He quickly found out this was the wrong one here when the guy pulled out the stick and gave him a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare, blasting him in the stomach. I covered the story as well as the subsequent acquittal of the shooter. They accepted his claim of self-defense because he was fearful with what Tanner was doing because the prank was so fucking degenerate. However, he still faced an unlawful discharge of a firearm charge. I'm not here to just dive into that case too much, but when this happened, for the first time in Tanner's life, he made people laugh. Everyone was giggling at this story about the dumb, imbecile, idiot YouTube prankster getting himself shot by harassing a stranger for these deplorable pranks that nobody likes. Pranksters like Tanner are more hated than cockroaches, so there weren't many people that were sympathetic to his situation, especially with his attitude after the fact as well. But most people hoped that Tanner would learn a valuable lesson from this near-death experience where he nearly traded in his life for a couple tiddlywinks of internet clout. And, well, I wanted to give you a little update on Tanner today, because it's actually a tragic story. You see, when Tanner was on the hospital bed, he made a solemn vow that put tears into the eyes of everyone across the globe when he raised his fist to lead a revolution and said, "This will not stop me. I will continue to do pranks and be a public nuisance to all of those around me. Mark my words." A beautiful speech that inspired nobody except the most brain-dead individuals on the planet who are still too busy huffing glue to even remember Tanner's name. And well, sports fans, I've got a sad ending to share with you. Tanner is still doing pranks to this day. In fact, the same pranks that got him shot in the first place. And he's doing it to the tune of 15,000 views a video. Despite getting shot, despite being a spittoon that the entire world was hawking loogies into and making fun of, despite common sense telling you that you should probably stop for the sake of survival, he disregarded all of it and continues to do pranks to this day for 15,000 views a video.
He's not stopping recording me. He keeps following me around the whole store.
I mean, maybe he's...
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you famous or something? You don't realize?
I don't even know, dude. Should we go ask him, like, if he's okay?
I think he's probably, okay.
Tanner might not be famous, but his story certainly is, about the stupid YouTube prankster that got himself shot. A lot of people have heard of it now as a cautionary tale to being a douchebag growing up trying to do pranks for clout. But no one would ever recognize Tanner for that, obviously. But this is one of his more recent pranks, where he just goes up to workers at Walmart and says that his cameraman is following him around filming him, pretending he doesn't know who it is. And that's the whole thing. Nothing happens, like there's no jokes, there's nothing humorous. It's actually just idle dialogue that you would skip in a role-playing game. I think the most pathetic part isn't even him getting shot and continuing to still do this trash. What's the most pitiful aspect is that he's still so dog shit at it. Even the prank community that exists hate him because he is so boring and lame. Like, he is just bad at everything he does. He has no personality, he doesn't do any jokes, and his pranks are just like him wasting time. He just traps people in an inescapable dialogue tree of emptiness. It's just a void. There's nothing to even watch. It's actually a nothing burger. The only reason he even gets 14 to 15,000 views on these videos is because it's people that are still clowning on him for getting shot a year ago. So every comment in the comment section is people just reminding him and surprised that he's still doing it and wondering why.
But I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I've never seen nothing like it.
No, not at all. It's very strange.
If you go up there, they should be up there. The acid protector.
You guys mind walking me to them? I just get me a little bit nervous when he follows me.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'm gonna take his camera.
No, we can't take his camera, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't like that.
We're gonna tell you guys to just leave this one time? No, he keeps, I walk in here by myself and he keeps following me with his camera. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know.
Okay, well.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Nothing is happening. I don't even know what there is to watch. The fact that not only did they record this, but then post it blows my mind. It's just employees being nice, trying to be helpful. Like nothing, like there's nothing even like remotely entertaining there. Like if I miss a step going downstairs and I hurt myself, I'm more entertained by that pain than I am sitting here in this fucking purgatory that Tanner subjects people to with these videos. It's blowing my mind. Like, brother, just do something else. Christ, man, just throw in the towel on this whole prank career. Like, I'm surprised that he hasn't pivoted his content already to buying an Among Us potion off the dark web and drinking it at 3 a.m. or something. Really take YouTube back to its roots.
Partner, this guy, do you know who this is? He's following you around the store and he's recording you. This guy right here. He's been following you for a while. I was like, well, I gotta tell you.
I have no idea.
What is he? What is he?
Takes me by surprise.
You guys doing all right?
Oh, I'm doing good. I just was letting this guy know that I'm being followed with a camera and he's not letting up.
Oh, this guy's following you?
Yeah.
Is something wrong with him, or?
Yeah, actually, there is something wrong with him. He's suffering from a terminal case of attention-seeking, a never-ending pursuit of internet brownie points. God rest his soul. You know what's even sadder to think about? Is when he got shot, that was probably the highlight of his life because there were eyes on him, finally. Like, his views on his videos blew up after he got shot because people found the channel and they wanted to go insult him and leave comments about it. And I think Tanner probably viewed that as a really positive thing, so now he's constantly chasing that high. Like, that was his magnum opus. Getting shot in a mall performing his trash YouTube pranks.
You are aware that it is a climate difference, correct? Listening to him?
Yeah, oh, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything.
You want to go to jail?
You know what's almost as sad as Tanner is his cameraman, who I'm pretty confident isn't being paid to do this and is risking going to jail for the sake of Tanner's pranks and Tanner's pursuit of glory. Oof.
We're here at IKEA. I don't really know what we're gonna do. We're just freestyling. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to clear the area probably here in a bit. We have Drake coming through. He's gonna want to walk through and take a look at things. So we're gonna have to clear things up.
Okay.
I'm the personal security guard for Drake.
No, you're not.
He's actually right there.
No, you're not. You can go ahead and go. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Where am I going?
Out, right now.
No, he's not supposed to talk because he's with Fox 5 News, and so his contract is, since he's getting hanging out with us, he has to.
Okay.
I know that this is funny to you.
Did you know Tanner calls himself a professional troll? And this is his trolling, saying Drake's coming through, and then just wasting workers' time. That's it. Also, everyone he interacts with treats him like a fucking dog, like snapping, telling him where to go because they recognize how dumb Tanner is. Like, he is a very moronic man, and they have to cater to that. They know that this is a prank, clearly. And Tanner breaks character by busting a gut when he says his cameraman can't talk. I don't even understand what there is to even smile about. It's nothing. Actually nothing. So they're getting served trespassing warnings, and it's literally just wasting people's time. Not only the workers, but anyone who unfortunately stumbled across the video. This goober got shot for degenerate pranks and still keeps doing it. That's a disease. You need help, Tanner. Holy shit. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a little update here. That's it. See ya. I want to quickly address something that I've been ignoring the last few days. The reason I've been wearing so many black t-shirts is because my white t-shirts were being washed and I forgot that they were still in the hamper in the laundry room, so I've just been grabbing black t-shirts after my showers. That's it. There's no deeper meaning to it. Now anyway, I want to share with you a video that is probably one of the most embarrassing things I've seen someone post on their own accord. This is a video that you couldn't torture me enough to release. Like, this is something that I would try to bury. I would spend every dollar I've ever earned in order to erase this video from the fucking internet because it is so unbelievably cringe. This is something that I would take to my grave, and even after I'm dead, would still have blushing cheeks and feel shame for having ever filmed. And this is something that they freely posted on their own. It's a group of kids that are harassing McDonald's employees.
Walk into the back of McDonald's again!
Yeah, I wasn't exaggerating. These are actual milk-drinking, diaper-shitting children. But that doesn't excuse the behavior, and it's mainly the reason I want to talk about this, because they get away with doing all kinds of degenerate shit because they know the authorities can't fully punish them, so they always just get slaps on the wrist, if that. Which just allows these clout-hungry little goblins to continue doing this degenerate shit for views on TikTok, and then they grow up into just fucking losers. I understand you can't just throw these 13-year-olds in jail for any of this, but there has to be some kind of punishment to fit the crimes. Like, okay, you kids went on video to harass these McDonald's workers, so we're going to your house and we're taking away your Xbox, and we're repossessing all of your Fortnite V-Bucks and deleting your account. There's just gotta be something, because clearly they're not getting discipline from their parents at home, probably just being sat down in front of an iPad having their fucking brains rot, so they think this is a good idea, and that the only thing that matters in the world is internet views, so they keep coming up with dumb shit like this, harassing McDonald's workers, and that's just the gateway drug. In 5 years, next they'll be doing like the fucking Kia challenge where they're stealing cars, and then next it's charging people in a Walmart parking lot with a knife, and then they get themselves shot.
As you can see, I'm walking, yeah? Let's go, let's check the inspection. Inspection. Alright, let's check the inspection. I'm walking, let's check the inspection. Thank you very much. Inspection.
It's a sensory overload because the kid who filmed it is also doing voiceover after the fact, so it's overlapping. It sounds like you're caught in like a Dormammu time loop. It's just constant words and nonsense. It sounds like when you're playing Chivalry 2 and people are just spamming voice lines all over the place. It sounds like when the fucking nematodes show up to the Krusty Krab. It is miserable to listen to. Also, I have no idea why they were making all of those clicking noises when they entered the McDonald's. I'm guessing that's just them trying to be quirky with their signature style. But really the background noise that should have been playing whenever they roll up on something should be circus music, because they're a bunch of clowns. Now, I know all of this sounds mean because they're actual kids, so I'm picking on children, but god damn it, the authorities aren't doing anything about it, so I might as well step in and try and, like, you know, deliver some hard truths that what they're doing is fucking cringe and embarrassing and they should feel shame for it. Like, this is awful. It's fucking stupid. They should be insulted for it. Like, especially now, so that way they'll stop doing it.
Bro, it was crazy. I had to check the inspection, I had to check the fries and everything. Bro, man, I had to check everything just in case. And me and my bro, we got locked in there, bro. Look, me and my brother. They locked us in it. They locked us in it.
It just doesn't stop. So they're in the back of the kitchen, they're like walking around, like touching some of this shit, bothering all of the workers, just being an actual headache. Just a blemish on society here. Just for nothing other than TikTok views. It's so fucking juvenile. And yes, I know they're kids, goddammit, I get it. But this is fucking trash. This shouldn't be encouraged. Hats off to the McDonald's workers for taking swift action here. They immediately call the police and then close the door so that way they're trapped in that one location until the police get there. And also, I'm gonna give a little free advice to the kid that filmed this. Give up. Making videos is just not for you. Like, the whole idea behind this with walking to the back of the kitchen is garbage in the first place, but also you clearly have no fucking clue what you're doing. You're doing voiceover while all of the other words are being spoken, so it's just pure commotion and pandemonium. No one can make out anything that's going on here. It sounds like we're listening to Charlie Brown's parents. It's fucking awful. Just stop. Just try and commit to something else that's not fucking pranks or whatever this was supposed to be.
My legs were sinking. My heart was bum 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 bum. I was scared. Like Ronaldo. Call the police. Sexual harassment. I'm recording this. I'm recording this.
It literally sounds like they're accidentally emoting. But anyway, you can see that these little scumbags aren't just here doing an innocent prank. Now they're saying that if the police get there, they're going to say that they were sexually harassed by the workers. That's a serious thing to do. I mean, that's a fucking crime to falsely report something like that. That's just downright evil. That's just straight up fucking evil.
Man, we're outside in the fucking district every fucking time, bro. Bro, what are you gonna do, bro? Come, badness, bro. She was recording me. I was like, hey girl, record me. You might as well get my number before I'm famous. You just walked in. You guys do that,
Honestly, this whole video kind of sums up the human brain on TikTok really well. It is actual constant fucking noise. Just gibberish. Literal random fucking noises at all seconds because they didn't want a single millisecond to go by without some kind of fucking noise because there needs to be perpetual jingling keys on that platform, which is why there's always like Subway Surfers underneath every video. It's kind of frightening. I really do wonder what TikTok has done to the human brain and if we're going to see any kind of wild effects from that in like 10 years. If people are just going to be completely unable to focus on one thing, they're going to need like multiple things in order to keep their attention.
That's not right. You are not. Why you coming? Let me get told. Why you coming? Boss, can I go out? No, because someone. Boss, can I come out? Can I come out?
It just doesn't fucking stop. It sounds like listening to a team of Pikmin trying to lift something heavy. Now, I know that I kind of insinuated that I view a lot of these things like a failure of parenting, and that's not always the case, and I recognize that. It's kind of wrong of me to assume that kids like this are the product of bad or neglectful parents. Sometimes there are just people that are too far gone, like kids that get too deep into this obsession with internet brownie points, the updates, the likes on TikTok, and no amount of good parenting can kind of curb that. It's just a lesson that the kids have to learn themselves when they realize that all of that effort was wasted and that they've just turned into a fucking loser from chasing it.
Tell him again, bro. What? I ain't scared. You ain't scared. Pussios, bro. Come fight me, bro.
I don't know.
Open the door. Boss, you gonna let us go or you just gonna stay here? Because I'm gonna tell the police that you strangled me because you strangled my neck. I have video footage of you strangling my neck.
It's the teenagers.
Yeah, you never strangled my neck, but I just said like you strangled my
16.
neck so you could like get me out.
Another one of those false claims that could ruin a person's life if they tried that. So now, not only were they going to accuse them of sexual harassment, but also accuse this guy of strangling the kid's neck. And he even admits, like, yeah, that guy never did that. I was just going to say that. Which is fucking crazy. That's nuts. That is just evil. Like, full stop. That is just evil shit.
Stuff that you do to stank you last night. Stank you last night, and I'll break your ass. Break 'em. Are you Mendoza, mother? I'm under. We got freed. Bow, bow. The feds came. Bow.
Yeah, so you just get to walk out after the police get there. I really do think all of the workers handled this pretty well. They immediately called the authorities, kept them there until they got there. It's just a shame that all of that effort was moot, and the kids will likely just come back and do this again for more internet views since this kind of went viral for them. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because there's been like a real rise in kids doing stupid shit in public for the sake of internet views and at the expense of just normal workers. It's really frustrating shit, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon since the kids aren't getting punished for it, so why would they stop? They don't care about like the negative reception they get online. All they care about is the big number they see next to their views. Nowadays it feels like kids are almost incentivized to be the biggest douchebag possible as early as possible so that way they can start farming views because outrage is the quickest way to like relevancy on TikTok and that TikTok fame that they even mention in this video. Like, they are clearly aware that by being an asshole in public, they're going to get some attention from it. So it's almost like incentivized, and there's just got to be some way to curb that. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya. It doesn't matter what you believe for the origin of our species, whether we flopped out of the sea and began evolving on land, or if God made us, one thing remains true. There is something deep in our DNA that drives us to pursue the perfect prank. From the very first time a caveman grunted at his friend Krug to pull his finger, to the time that a YouTuber chased a man in a parking lot with a knife and got shot to death, there has always been this subconscious desire to find and execute the perfect prank. And friends, I'm happy to say we've reached the apotheosis. Our journey is complete thanks to one TikToker who has finally pulled it off. The perfect prank. The airport bomb threat prank. A classic, but one that's only ever been talked about as a myth. A what-if pie in the sky. Experts said it couldn't be done. But finally, thanks to the hard work of one brain-dead, broccoli-haired worm that looks like a side character out of the Jimmy Neutron show, it has been proven not only possible, but a viable strategy of going straight to jail and facing some potentially life-ruining problems in the future. One TikTok superstar prankster decided to risk it all for glory, and it has not gone unnoticed. This is like the 4-minute mile, but for dog shit pranks. New ground has been broken with this airport bomb threat prank. His technique was flawless, putting on a pair of Toys R Us spy glasses. So he put on his Ray-Ban built-in recording camera glasses, approached some officers and told them that he didn't want any problems and that he had a bomb and a strap as well as fent in his car. Of course he didn't actually have anything dangerous. By looking at videos and pictures of this guy, I imagine he would puke at the sight of just a single ounce of weed. He seems like a very sensitive soul who's just doing his absolute best to stand out in the sea of dog shit on TikTok. And the easiest way to do that is through pranks like this. I use that word so generously here, loosey-goosey. It's not a prank. You're just committing a crime. That's most of what the prank community does on TikTok. It's actually just committing crimes, whether it's going into the back of, fast food restaurants, bothering the employees, sometimes even just assaulting people, harassing people. That's kind of what flies as pranks, unfortunately.
Oh, my bad. Good. That's all. I'm drunk as shit. So, you see that little key over there? I was just drinking and driving.
You was drinking and driving?
Yeah, and I'm a threat.
You a threat to what?
Me, myself, and like everyone around me, basically. Like, I'm just generally like a threat. I'm drunk driving the key over there, and I actually have a fake ID. I have a strap on me.
You have a what?
A strap on me.
He does this particular style of prank pretty often where he just goes up to officers and talks about like drunk driving and having weapons, being on drugs, having drugs. It's a real hoot and a holler.
I have a white sedan over there. I am drunk and I'm driving. I just want to let you know that. And I am a threat.
Alright, do you mind providing me with your ID?
Got him! That idiot didn't know that this guy was just lying for TikTok views. Epic. He fucking got him super swag style, actually. So, he's done this a few times, but this is the first time he ever tried it with an airport bomb threat, and, well, let's just say justice is a dish best served with a side of ass. So he got arrested immediately, he'll likely be placed on a no-fly list, but he was released the following day after posting a $100,000 bond. Now, he didn't post that bond, that was 100% mommy and daddy's money coming to the rescue, protecting their sweet little boy. He didn't know any better. This goofball's still huffing Sharpies to get a little bit of a buzz. But his parents, you know, he can do no wrong. It must be some kind of mistake with the law. What, you mean you can't call in a bomb threat? I thought this was a free country. So they bailed him out, and he immediately posted on TikTok about how amazing life is and how he wants to spread positivity.
Life is good though. I want y'all to see that life is great. Your life is great too. Have a good time, man. Have some fun.
Oh, that tugs on your heartstrings. Spread love. While this guy's entire online presence is about bothering as many people as possible and making their lives a little more miserable for the sake of his TikTok clout. If you really wanted to spread a positive message, he should be talking about the beauty of goof juice and how you can get it at gamersupps.gg/moist, the best flavor ever made. But instead, I'm sure he's going to go right back to these kind of pranks that he's become known for.
What would you like?
Sand.
Sand?
You don't want it.
He's lying now. Bro, it's my first day. No, I'm hella geek though. What are we doing? Whoa. You can't touch me.
Exploiting fast food workers. So positive, so strong, so brave. Yes, a beacon of love. What a hero. And I don't use that word lightly, but for someone like this, he's up there with firefighters, I think. A true prankster. Going there and just making all of the workers' lives a little bit worse because he's the main character. And we're all just NPCs, little props for him to use for his content. So, even though he regularly instigates different employees, especially the police, he's never done anything this stupid, his friend told them. And, well, he agreed. He's a big fucking idiot. He said he didn't realize the severity of what he was doing. Which I don't think is a good defense. I think there is a level where you are dangerously stupid that you should still be charged and thrown in jail because you are not fit for society. If you can't recognize that making a threat about blowing up an airport is a bad thing. He's currently facing a charge of threatening to use a weapon of mass destruction for an act of terrorism and could face a lengthy prison term if convicted. Fingers crossed. I'm praying that he faces a prison sentence because I really think pranksters like this need to be made an example out of because it is out of control. It is spiraled so far into lunacy. It's baffling. He's not the only one doing shit like this. This happens all the time with TikTok pranksters. And it's not just TikTok. I know there's YouTube pranksters that do similar shit. But there just needs to at some point be like a hard line in the sand where you just throw the book at one of these stupid assholes and hopefully it'll discourage copycats, because right now, a lot of people, especially someone like him, sees that there's a lot of TikTokers that blow up from just being an asshole that people throw tomatoes at and shoot spitballs at for these really degenerate pranks, and even though they're getting a ton of hate, it's growing their brand, and to them, it's worth it. So it ends up poisoning and inspiring others to follow that same path to success, and it leads to shit like this where they're just constantly pushing the boundaries. I referenced a case earlier where someone charged at someone in a parking lot and got shot to death. Well, only like a year ago, you might remember we talked about that prankster who was harassing a guy at a food court and also got shot. He managed to survive and still swore to continue doing pranks. I haven't checked in on him in a while because fuck that guy. But it's one of those things where even a bullet isn't stopping pranks. As long as they're not being punished by the law here, it seems like it's all just going to continue to get even more silly and stupid. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this douchebag a little bit. I have a sneaking suspicion he's not actually going to have this huge change of heart and start posting positive content, spreading love or anything. I think he's going to view this as a potential lightning rod to his career, where he's going to double down on this type of prank. But that's just my hunch. I'm no Nostradamus or anything. We'll see how it plays out. But Anyway, that's about it. See ya. How the fuck's it going, everyone? It's me, your boy 2006 middle school emo hairstyle here. I'm still not getting a haircut. I found a new douchebag YouTuber that I thought would be fun to take a look at. I'm gonna give you a little behind the scenes action and how I keep finding new DoucheTubers that not a lot of people talk about. I type in "gone wrong" into the search bar. It's basically like a fucking complete compendium of douchebags on YouTube. You can find every single one of them there. It's like the old goddamn Yellow Pages, but on the YouTube site here. It's incredible what you can find by just typing in "gone wrong." An incredible plethora of douchebags to choose from. So today I chose Nate Garner. This is his beat up prank where his girlfriend pretends she was beaten up to prank him. Let's go ahead and take a look here.
What's up? Yeah, that's me. Thanks. And this is my life. Let me show you how I got here. Yeah, baby. I've been waiting my whole life.
It takes only a quick glance at this man to figure out that he came from a very privileged upbringing. One thing I do like, though, is in his intro, he's wearing a backwards cap. That's very interesting, and I think you know what that means. It's time to get lit.
Where are we? I don't really know. My final destination? I don't know. Am I gonna die when I walk through these doors? No. I'm not gonna die. Carissa's hair is gonna die. Ooh.
It's all going.
Because I'm having her hair salon cut it all off.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty weird thing to say for a vlog, to be honest with you. Hey, what's going on, gang? I'm at the salon. Am I gonna walk through those doors, get my throat slit, and someone gonna rip my spine out of my asshole? I mean, who knows? It's kind of a fucking morbid way to start this one off, don't you think, Nate?
Awesome. Yeah, boy, got kicked out. I don't think you're allowed to vlog in there. And Carissa was a little bit embarrassed of me. Hi, Max. Why would your mom be embarrassed of me?
This part actually infuriated me because it shows a complete lack of care for their pets. This man goes in there with full intention of staying throughout the entire hair salon experience, so you're talking 2.5 to 3 hours in there with her. Meanwhile, there's a dog in the scorching hot car the entire time. If he didn't get kicked out, that dog would be dead. But this all assumes that this vlog is real, which is a huge assumption to make because all DoucheTubers' vlogs and videos are fake. They're all just piles of shit. So I'm sure he didn't get kicked out. It's probably planned he'd go in and go out. But if it is real, then that salon kicking out this obnoxious asshole just saved the life of an innocent animal.
Though, if you're not subscribed, you should. We take big W's every single day. We're the best family on YouTube. And there's merch dropping on Merch First. So there's 3 days left until merch drops, baby. Be ready for it. And be ready for this video. So let's just run right into it.
Jesus Christ, Nate, now I just feel sorry for you. I genuinely couldn't have written a more generic asshole DoucheTuber subscribe call to action merch plug and all that garbage, that checklist of how to be a DoucheTuber. That was the most formulaic shit I have ever seen in my life. I couldn't imagine a more hollow existence than to put on this fake high energy bullshit performance every day for your children that are watching you. I honestly couldn't, like, there's no way this man enjoys this. He's got to be fucking dead inside. Let's run right into it. With this over-animated face getting loud for no reason, wacky sound effects and zoom-ins. Holy shit. Nate, that's sad, man. That's really sad.
Today, I am going to do, here's a little preview, I'm gonna do the beat up prank. I don't know why this is the most requested prank. Like, do you guys hate me? Like, come on. It kind of hurts my feelings. What would make me feel a little bit better is like, if you guys bought the merch on March 1st, that's all I'm saying.
Oh, right, yeah, the classics, the getting beaten up prank. That's a fucking wholesome, family-friendly prank right there. That's some good shit. Everyone's a winner in that one. Obviously, it's all fake, but I mean, why the fuck do all of you DoucheTubers do like these brutal prank ideas like, let's simulate an armed robbery prank, gone wrong, gone sexual, the cop whipped out his cock. What's the next prank you're gonna fake here, Nate? The waterboarding Meemaw in the backyard where you take your grandma out back, put a towel over her face and dump water on her or some shit as a prank? What happened to just silly fun pranks where nobody gets hurt? Why is it always some shit like kidnapping my girlfriend's mother and not giving her back unless my girlfriend buys my merch on March 1st? It's just silly shit. Like, even conceptually, obviously it's all fake, but why is that like the direction pranks go for you kind of weird fucking weirdos? I don't get it. Make some fucking entertaining pranks from a conceptual standpoint.
I put that on. Yeah, Yeah, this is awesome. And this makeup, you guys, it's so good. I'm so talented. This is gonna be awesome.
Alright, I'm no James Charles, but I'm gonna critique your makeup here, Carissa. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look like you've been in a fight. This looks very fake. Now, I used to get black eyes all the time when I played sports. You don't get a black eye immediately after the impact on your eye. It's the result of the bruising, so the day after, maybe the next day, you'll get a black eye form as a result. Now, anyone who's ever been in a tussle or in a fight would immediately recognize that and know you're lying. Oh, you've been in a fight, huh, Carissa? Well, you wouldn't have a black eye if that were true. You're lying to me. We're breaking up. I don't want to see you again. Bang, into your relationship, Carissa, all because you did your makeup wrong. Now, I do think luck is on your side here, though, because your boyfriend looks like a giant pussy whose only conflict has ever been with his parents when they reduced his allowance from $5,000 a week to $2,000 a week because he was rude to the butlers and they wanted to teach him a lesson about discipline. So there's no way he would ever pick up on it, and obviously the prank's fake from the get-go anyway, but god damn it, I wanted to critique the makeup.
Hey, are you home yet?
Yeah, I just got back. Where are you?
Okay, I'm walking back from the store and some guy is like, he looks really sketchy. He's been following me for a little bit now.
Where? Where are you?
I'm out front. I'm almost back to the apartment, but he's like,
Just get in, hurry.
Can you come out here?
Solid acting so far, I'll definitely give it that. Very concerned boyfriend. Oh, you're being followed by a creepy stalker? Well, hey, just, can you hurry up, maybe? Have you thought of that one?
Here and walk back with me, please.
Where are you?
Please,
Where's the apartment?
I'm out in the front and by the park. Please.
Just, why is there nobody? Just come, run.
No, just hurry, please.
Okay.
Hurry. Okay, I hung up. This is so good.
Hardy har har, this is some turbo comedy. Ho ho ho.
Okay, he's coming, you guys.
Okay. All right, you guys. So I just got back from the Apple store.
So Nate gets a call from his girlfriend about her being stalked by a potentially dangerous person begging for his help, and his first thought is to grab the camera and vlog it. Fuck yeah, baby! Garner Gang is lit as shit, catching those big W's on the daily, by letting his girlfriend get beaten up so he can vlog it. Yeah, man. Wow.
He's coming. Okay, go.
Give me the bag.
Stop! Stop! No!
Yo, what the fuck is going on? Why the fuck are you on my girlfriend, bro? Bro.
Nate!
Are you okay? What happened to you?
I'm okay.
Your bag?
Get my bag! No! He's tackling! Oh my god! It's a prank! Nate! 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 It's a prank! It's a prank!
What are you doing?
It's a prank!
What are you
It's
doing?
a prank!
What the fuck are you
Michael!
doing?
It's Michael!
Oh
it's
my!
just a prank!
What the fuck are you guys doing? Michael, I haven't seen you in weeks.
It's a happy ending once you realize it was just Michael under the mask, like the Scooby-Doo villain being demasked. Then it's a group hug in the shower, and the vlog goes on for 8 more minutes. I didn't watch any of it, because it doesn't get better than that prank right there. Now, again, obviously all fake, but let's talk about this as if it were real, because that's a lot more fun, and it's a lot less disgusting to think that these adults came up with this fake prank shit and then acted it out, which they did, and played pretend. I think that's embarrassing, so let's talk about it as if it were 100% real. So Nate starts vlogging, knowing full well that his girlfriend just called, speculating that she may get robbed or beaten up. He shows up, surprised that his girlfriend is getting robbed and beaten up. So he keeps vlogging it and then being confused, like, well, how is this happening? I had no idea, as he's like looking at the camera vlogging it. So then he goes over and shoves the guy, to which Carissa is surprised that he went and defended her. So to that I have to wonder, is Nate so big of a pussy that Carissa had no faith in him lending his strength to save her? Did she expect him to go over there and talk it out with the man beating her up? Like, hey, sir, that's my girlfriend. If you could just, wrap this up quickly or maybe stop beating her up, I'd really appreciate it. I don't want any trouble. Like, she had to expect that her boyfriend would at least push the guy at the very least. So why is she acting all like, holy shit, hey, calm down? It makes no sense unless he really is that big of a pussy that she had no idea he even had it in him to fight in any capacity. It's baffling. Michael, I think, is the real hero here for having a very minor role in all of this. Yeah, you really got saved some embarrassment for the most part. You even had like a fucking, I don't know, pair of panties over your face or whatever the fuck that was. I don't know. Great video, Nate. That shit stayed lit. Garner Gang for life, baby. When was that merch dropping? March 1st, Nate? You bet your ass I'm not buying that. No, but your content sucks a lot of shit, man. Keep up the good work. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See ya. I remember the days when I was a young, naive little gremlin, still believing in things like the tooth fairy and the boogeyman and chocolate milk coming from brown cows, which, by the way, according to a survey conducted by the U.S. Dairy Innovation Center, about 7% of Americans still believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, which comes out to about 16.4 million Americans believing that. Of course, take that information with a grain of salt. I don't know how that data was collected, but I certainly wouldn't be surprised if it's accurate. Go on the platform formerly known as Twitter for more than 5 minutes, and you'll realize that we have truly entered the stupid dimension. We are all citizens of Doofusville, and we're only getting more and more new neighbors coming in here. But what's causing all of this? It's like the Space Jam basketballs out there sapping away all of our intelligence. There's an idiot virus spreading, and it's infecting the minds of so many. Where's it coming from? I'll tell you, goddammit. It's the darn internet, the cyberspace. They tried to warn us about Y2K, but we didn't listen. While it may not have been the end of the world, it was the end of all rational thought. What I want to talk about today is a story involving an 11-year-old who followed a YouTube fake kidnapping challenge prank and got herself arrested. And this is a very serious offense. It's a fucking felony that this child believed was just a good, fun prank because they watched it on YouTube. So I want to talk about that story and then expand the scope a little bit bigger to internet trends and internet content genres that are legitimately just poisoning people's minds and setting them up for failure for the rest of their life. Since kids have unfiltered access to the internet because most parents don't want to do their job of being a parent anymore, they just put that responsibility on the internet to raise their kids. The onus of raising a child is now on the internet to make sure that it's perfectly curated so a kid can just endlessly scroll through the iPad while their parents do something else and they expect the kid to grow up to be some successful, well-adjusted person, which I don't think is going to be the case. Which is just a sad situation all around. I don't even blame the kids. It's not their fault that their parents are absent and just sitting them in front of a screen for hours upon hours every day. But anyway, let me go ahead and get into the actual story here, and then we'll dive in a bit more.
The 11-year-old girl in this police body cam video is in a whole lot of trouble. She made a fake phone call to 911 saying her friend had been kidnapped. She later told cops she thought it would be funny. Well, they didn't laugh, admonishing her to never do this again.
The classic fake kidnapping prank. I can't believe the cops weren't laughing. Humorless, I tell you. Soulless, in fact. So, the fake kidnapping prank is a timeless classic on the internet. YouTube pranksters have been letting that one rip for many years now. For those that don't know, if the name wasn't a dead giveaway, you fake a kidnapping. Now, what a lot of kids don't realize is those pranksters that are doing that are faking the fake kidnapping. Everyone's usually in on it. The whole prank is fake. Most pranks online on TikTok and YouTube are faked for views, but children don't know that. Kids will believe pretty much anything they see or are told by someone that's older than them. You know, like St. Nicholas wiggling his ass down the chimney to deliver presents, you know? Like, kids aren't thinking that hard about what they're consuming online. So when they see a prank like that, they think that it's real and just like a good ha-ha, you know, side-splitting comedy thing. So this 11-year-old saw it and thought it would be a fun prank to do on their own.
She's accused of faking a kidnapping.
I'm not gonna do this again. She thought it was funny and it was a joke and she couldn't get in trouble for it.
Police say the girl texted 911 to say that her friend had been abducted by a stranger in a white van.
Obviously, upon receiving texts about a kidnapping, the department responded, and it was all a complete fabrication. It was all a fib, a lie, a ruse, which is really detrimental to like the entire community there because it's wasting valuable resources from the department. Should an actual emergency come through and they already have like fucking 20 patrol cars deep looking for this kidnapping victim that doesn't exist, you've got yourself a problem. Now people that are in desperate need of help might not get it because the department's already occupied taking care of this fake situation. It's something you just don't fuck with, really.
The girl who gave a fake name said she was following the van on the interstate in another vehicle. For the next 30 minutes, she gave updates on the supposed kidnapping. He is tying her up, went one text. He's armed with a gun, said another. Hurry up, please.
You can talk to your parents.
They say she fessed up. She stated that she got the idea to prank 911 through a YouTube challenge and thought it would be funny.
So she was texting the officers with a play-by-play like she was John Madden here, going through the situation on like this high-speed pursuit, none of which was real, of course. And then when the officers tracked down the phone number that put in all of these texts, that's when they realized that it was all just a complete fucking lie. And the 11-year-old fessed up to the crime and said that she got the idea from a YouTube challenge. I've said for years, like a broken record, how awful most pranksters online are. Not just in terms of the content being turbo shit, but also just because it really will raise a generation of kids that think that that's acceptable and good and okay. Like, for a little while, I was also naive, thinking like, okay, maybe this isn't going to be something that people will try and emulate. There was a period of time where I thought to myself that, you know, most people have to know these pranks are fake, so they're probably not going to bother doing this unless they're trying to be an internet douchebag as well. But I've really changed my stance on that thanks to TikTok proving me wrong so often, where pranksters that are faking pranks or these trends that go viral really do have, like, young people following them and either hurting someone or getting themselves hurt or just doing really degenerate, awful things. It's become very clear that the internet content that children are consuming does have a very big impact on how they view the world and reality and what they find to be acceptable and okay, and just it does have a real effect on the direction that they might take in life, especially now with the obsession for attention. Everyone is vying for internet clout. And a lot of kids growing up want to be YouTubers. That's like one of the main dream jobs that children want. And when they see prank channels getting huge views, they will try and emulate it and have tried to emulate it, and a lot of them never realizing that it's fake. So there's been many cases of them getting themselves or someone else hurt by trying to follow along with their favorite prank channels that they watched growing up. It's just an awful fucking cycle. I understand every internet prankster isn't a terrible person doing horrible things. I know this isn't every internet prankster, but you are eating some cinnamon toast cope if you don't think it's the majority of them. The vast majority of internet pranksters are like the orb of confusion from SpongeBob. When SpongeBob flips that bitch on and it just makes everyone around them dumber, that's most internet pranksters. Just this presence that makes everyone dumber for just even being exposed to it.
Her father was really upset.
You're going to take this as a lesson at 11 years old that if you do something stupid in the future, you're going to enjoy those cuffs.
I'm not going to do this again.
Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood.
We had a massive police response. What happens if we crash into somebody and somebody loses their life?
The dad seems to really understand the gravity of the situation. He's not making any excuses for the behavior, at least not in this very short clip here. But he is right. This will be a lesson. And actually, I've mentioned this on stream before. This is a lesson I also learned when I was young, but not because of any prankster or any challenge that I followed when I was a kid. There was a point where we went to a pool for a field trip and there was a payphone nearby and we were just doing like fake calls to our friends and saying silly things. It was all make-believe. But what I didn't realize is 911's free on a payphone, so I dialed 911 and immediately started going into like silly things and making claims about the pool being like haunted or on fire or something. And they did show up. And boy, let me tell you, I felt fucking horrible. That was... My jaw has never hit the floor harder than when the police actually showed up with a fire truck. That was a huge lesson to me. I didn't mean to dial a false report, and I certainly would have never done that on purpose or as some kind of joke. I was dumb and had no idea that 911 was a free call. Point is, the dad is right. This will serve as an invaluable lesson, I imagine, and hopefully she'll never do any kind of shit like this again, and hopefully anyone else that sees this story will realize that it's just completely unacceptable and that pranks shouldn't just be, you know, taken at face value and followed along with at home.
The child was charged with making a false police report, which is a felony, and misuse of 911. That's a misdemeanor.
So it does actually sound like they are charging her with a felony and misdemeanor for this situation here. So this is a very big deal. That's a lot of trouble to get in over a YouTube challenge. Now, interestingly enough, this isn't the only fake kidnapping that happened even just over the last 2 weeks. A massive case of a fake kidnapping. I talked about it on stream, but I haven't talked about it in a video. I was waiting for like the whole thing to kind of wrap up, but I'll just go ahead and mention it here because it's very much in line with what happened with this. There is a woman named Carly Russell who led police on a wild goose chase about a kidnapping that never happened. She stated that she saw a toddler on like the side of the interstate and then like pulled over to try and, help save the toddler, and then ended up getting kidnapped for a couple days. And it turned out to be all just complete baloney, just absolute horseradish. Nothing about it was true. She even admitted it was all a lie, but she hasn't been charged yet. So I'm wondering when those charges are going to come, especially now since the precedent is being set that any kind of like false reports, especially something that requires a massive department response like a fucking kidnapping, is going to be a, no punches pulled kind of situation. Like they're charging the 11-year-old here, so I imagine she's also going to get charges as well. It's just a matter of time. But this is just a fucking crazy situation we're in, where so often now these YouTube challenges and pranks and trends are getting people hurt, killed, or ruining their lives. It's fucking sad. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. Instagram comedians are shitty. Everyone knows that. There's nothing more that can be said about Instagram comedians that hasn't already been said about a gas station urinal. But what's worse than an Instagram comedy person that just posts the shittiest skits and the dumbest fucking trends? An Instagram comedy person that's also a prankster. But not only are they this double whammy of absolute loser, they are also an aspiring professional SoundCloud rapper and DJ. Fucking 4 horsemen of the apocalypse all rolled up into one pathetic fucking loser. I'm talking about an Instagram comedian called James. I'm gonna give you no more information about him because he's so desperate for clout, just trying very hard to climb his way up to the bosom and suckle from the juicy tit of internet points that he'll go as far as to fake a coronavirus outbreak on a plane. And that's even giving him way too much credit for what he tried because he didn't put any effort into it. It's not even a good joke or an attempt at a joke. In a nutshell, this man James very desperately wanted to create a viral video, so he pretended that he had the coronavirus on a plane, which ended up ruining the vacation of everyone on board and ruining multiple other flights because of the fucking domino effect that it caused. So I'll just give you the quick excerpt from his recent interview.
It was supposed to be a joke.
I stood up, I said, I just returned from a flight from Hunan province. I might have said, this is the capital for coronavirus. And then I said, I don't feel too well.
What made you want to do that?
Well, it was really just to create a viral video.
That was a good one, buddy!
James looks like that middle school substitute teacher that all the students would make fun of and not respect their authority. But yeah, there you go, case closed, baby. You heard it right from the horse's asshole here. He just wanted to create a great viral video, which didn't work. Not only did the video not go viral, not even the story is popular. This clip only has 4,000 views. There's only 2 articles written about it. One of them's from Vice, so that immediately doesn't count. No one gives a shit about anything you've ever done, James, as if that wasn't clear enough by your shitty SoundCloud career that's going absolutely nowhere. The only people that care about this are me and all of the people whose vacation you ruined. Not only did this plane have to get turned around so he could get kicked off of it so it didn't go to its intended destination, thus fucking all of those travelers' plans, it also altered multiple other planes' paths because of this little stunt that he pulled. He's just a true piece of shit, and he looks like Harry Potter with a severe meth addiction. So why do I care about this story? Well, beyond the fact that the joke itself is so terrible, I think it all illustrates the disease that social media points have infected some of these absolute delusional losers with. I talked about it in a recent video where I mentioned YouTubers crying and melting down all the time. But not only do they just desperately want this imaginary clout shit on the internet, they have been trained to be so totally humorless that this fucking loser James thought that that was somehow a joke. This isn't even the first time he's done a plane prank, as he calls it. He did one a few years ago where he stood up using nearly the same script as this one. He stood up and said, "Can I have your attention, everyone? Lil Wayne's new album just dropped." And then sat back down. That was his plane prank viral video attempt. I mean, that's harmless, but it's so fucking garbage, it makes me want to puke. It's fucking bad. Between Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Twitter, internet humor has lost all entertainment value to anyone over the age of 11. It's fucking gross how not entertaining the fucking comedy skits and pranks and shit are in the popular internet shit. You know, set aside the severity of the coronavirus and all that shit, you should be allowed to joke about anything you want to joke about. But this shit here is such a lame attempt at a joke, I actually can't wrap my fucking head around how anyone could even look at that and for even a moment be like, ah, that was a joke. Because it's so fucking terrible. Take, for example, TikTok. The vast majority of your popular TikTok comedy videos are goofy dance. And then somehow people are mandark laughing to it, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, going fucking wild, leaving millions of hearts on it, and that shit is training these turbo-virgin, humorless losers to think that, so that's comedy. I'd straight up prefer Amy Schumer than the fucking internet comedians on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and shit like that. It is truly god-awful shit. And a lot of it's just being a straight-up public nuisance. Recording in public where you're pouring Gatorade and shit on the floor to the sound of some popular pop music. It's just genuine degeneracy. I remember there was a popular one a while ago. This predates even TikTok. This is probably before some people were even born watching this. There was the put them in a coffin where you jump on shit and cross your arms and just destroy whatever you land on. So people go into gas stations, you just say, put them in a coffin and jump on the fucking chip rack, knock it all over and run away, leaving it for them to clean up. That's the kind of shit that people are getting trained to think is comedy. Because some of that shit just goes absolutely viral, licking ice cream and shit right off the shelf and putting it back. It's fucking upsetting stuff. Like, if I was on this plane and James ruined my vacation with that shit, I'd be livid. I'd be mad. I'd be like, damn you, James. Damn you, grr, I'm mad. But as I simmered down, relaxed, fucking drank eucalyptus oil or something, I don't know, some calming shit, I'd be even fucking madder at the fact that James thought that was somehow a joke. That comedy has so little meaning to the internet anymore that James was somehow trained to think that that was a joke. It's fucking, that's the most upsetting part, to be honest. That would be what would make me even, that would fucking grease my asshole even harder than just having my vacation ruined because of some fucking public nuisance loser. Just him being taught that that is somehow a prank. It's just fucking upsetting stuff, to be honest. Really, piece of shit. James, big piece of shit. But I will say, I think he's just the product of the Instagram comedians that have come before him. And just emulating the kind of behavior he sees from very popular viral shit on other platforms. But he's still a piece of shit. I'm not giving him excuses. I just think you have created monsters like James. That's about it. So yeah.